Welcome to the 2021 Iolani Classic. My name's Justin Brantley. I'm alongside Dean Shimamoto. I'm extremely excited to be joined by the former head coach here. You know, he's got 3 state championships under his belt, so he understands not only the way this gym works, but he understands the history of this game and what it means not only to the players, but to the community. So thanks for joining me alongside here.
Great to be here. I'm excited to see this game upcoming. It's going to be a matchup with these guards and some size and athleticism on Sierra Canyon's side, and I'm excited for it.
So after a year off, you mentioned something that stood out to me and is impactful and shows how big of an event this is. You said this and then Christmas. This is what lets people know that Christmas is on the way.
Absolutely. We're in the 37th running of the Iolani Classic, and for every one of those 37th year, that just means Christmas is around the corner. This was the early Christmas gift for all of us basketball fans, especially here in Hawaii. We've gotten to see the greats come through here, the Kemba Walkers, the Kevin Durants, the DeMarcus Cousins. I can name tons and tons of guys all the way back to the 80s, and just been an exciting time for us.
And now the Bronny James.
Absolutely.
So you've been here all week. You've seen some amazing basketball. We talked a little bit pregame about the standouts for both of these teams. What are your expectations seeing this game? What are some things that you're expecting to see?
I'm expecting to see Pembroke really push the tempo, use their quickness and their advantage at the guard spots. They have a quartet of guards that have been terrorizing this tournament. And I'm expecting to see Kevon Wright be a force down in the post, use his size advantage down there, and use that big body to impose his will on the inside.
Absolutely. And you touched on the keys. Obviously, the guard play for Pembroke Pines is something that we have to keep an eye on and could be a problem here for this Sierra Canyon team early. We'll get a look at that. Obviously, both of these teams have highly ranked prospects. Kolby King from Pembroke Pines is headed to St. John's. On the other end, we have Kevon Wright, as you mentioned, headed to USC. You have Bronny James, obviously one of the top players in the country. So we're excited for this matchup. We're excited to bring it to all of you that are here watching this on NBC Sports and Peacock.
Yeah, this is going to be a great one, really a contrast of styles.
Well, we have Sierra Canyon in the road blue, Pembroke Pines in the home white. They're going to jump it up. You've got 23, Sammy Elkmel against Kevon Wright on that tip.
We saw last night Sammy Elkmel get in a bit of foul trouble and had to sit out. I don't think he can do that against this large Sierra Canyon team.
And the tip's controlled by Sierra Canyon into the front court. Dylan Matoyer. Dylan Matoyer scanning the outside. There you go. You see they're trying to establish an early post presence. Down low, Kevon Wright. Big time dunk over the top of Sammy Elkmel.
Just what Sierra Canyon wants to do. Get into the paint and drop it off to their big man for finishes like that.
Wow. Wow. If that's a sign of what we're going to see here tonight, they could be in trouble early.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes on the offensive end with these guards.
Coming right back in the other direction. 3 off by Jeff Sprouse. Rebound Matoyer. He's pushing into the front court. Got Bronny on the wing, pulls it back out. Bronny James thought about it. He's going to feed it down low to Wright. Wright's going to attack. Jump hook, no good. Rebound, Jeff Sprouse. Quick turnover. A little bit of uncharacteristic turnovers early from this Pembroke Pines squad. Off the mark from James.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. They're going to have to take care of the ball. No easy buckets for Sierra Canyon.
Pembroke Pines has it in the front court. They're in their home whites. Kolby King, the St. John's commit, pulls it out. He's attacking downhill against Bronny James. Floater in the lane. Up and no good. Rebound, Kevon Wright.
Yeah, that's the matchup we're going to look for all game. The quickness of Kolby King versus the strength and athleticism of Bronny James.
The crowd's starting to get into it. You hear the chanting by both the players and the fans.
Interesting tonight, Rudowski got the start. Maybe provide that outside shooting, stretch out that Pembroke Pines defense to give Kevon Wright some holes on the inside.
Absolutely. And on cue, you called it, just barely off the mark, and out and running is Pembroke Pines. They have numbers, but they're going to slow it down. 3-pointer on the way. Deep 3, no good by Caleb Etheridge.
Each one of the Pembroke Pines guards has taken their opportunity. And we're going to see them do that quite a bit today. Sprouse, Etheridge, King, Weish. They're going to see a lot of action on the perimeter.
Yeah, it's about who sets the tone and who's able to control the ball game. Right now, Bronny James bringing the ball into the front court, across the timeline, finds Wright on the perimeter. Now Wright's going to go to the low post. He's got his guy sealed. James feeds him. Wright swings it. He's going to repost. Shots on the way. 3-ball good from Ramel Lloyd.
If Sierra Canyon can get it going from the outside, it's really going to open up those holes for Kijani Wright on the inside. So if they find that balance, it's a scary thing for Pembroke.
Absolutely. Pembroke Pines with the ball in the front court. Gets an aggressive man defense here from the Blazers of Sierra Canyon. We've got California versus Florida. Pull-up jumper on the way from Kolby King for 3, good.
Tough guards all the way around. Kolby King, you saw him get to the hole earlier and then still be able to pull up from 3 on the outside. So versatile.
Ball's in the front court for Sierra Canyon. They facing a little bit of pressure. Matoyer has it up top. He's facing the aggressive defensive Sprouse. He moves over to Wright, who that's a little bit far for Wright to be catching that pass. Bronny James, they're going to call the foul. That's going to be the first on Etheridge, team first.
If it were the choice of Pembroke Pines, they'd love to see Kijani Wright way outside the paint. The farther the better for them.
Inbound pass coming to Montoyer. He has it up top, attacking downhill. Pull up, step back, jumper on the way, and good. Dylan Montoyer.
Montoyer is one of those quiet, just completely solid players for Sierra Canyon. Not as well known as the Bronny James or Kijani Wrights, but so productive.
And Kolby King comes right back at him with a 3-ball off the dribble.
You know Kolby King was ready for this game. He knew Sierra Canyon was up, and he knew he was going against him. He's bringing his game, man.
Listen, how can you not be ready for a national TV broadcast in Hawaii? Return block from Radowski. Bronny James pushes it down court. Up top, Bronny. Oh! Bronny tried to attack the rim. Elijah Weish was having no parts of it. Said, get that out of here, and we're going to head to an inbound pass here. We're going to get another look at it.
Bronny James goes up. Weish rises with him and says,
The altitude must be a little bit different in Hawaii.
A little closer to sea level down here, you know?
The referees are talking about it. They're having a conversation. They want to make sure they're getting it right. It's going to remain Sierra Canyon basketball. If you're just now joining us, Sierra Canyon's in the road blues. Pembroke Pines out of Florida is in the home white. 7-6. Sierra Canyon with the slight advantage. Bronny James for 3 from the corner. No good.
Pembroke switched into a 2-3 zone off the inbounds on the baseline, and fortunate to have Bronny James miss that one. That's not something he misses often with that wide open look.
Yeah, I think they can accept the 3-ball. They just don't want to see Kijani Wright really getting rhythm down low. Kolby King across the timeline gives it up to Caleb Etheridge. Pembroke Pines attacking downhill, driving, was looking for the driving kick, but the floater instead, no good. Block, and they're off and running. Ramel Lloyd's going to head to the free throw line.
Trailblazers looking to get out in transition. The easy buckets close to the basket is what they're looking for.
That foul was on Caleb Etheridge. That's his second, team second.
That's a big one for Pembroke Pines. He does so much offensively and then acts as a small, I guess a smaller big defensively for Pembroke.
First free throw on the way and good from Ramel Lloyd. Free throw on the way and off the mark, but there's Wright on the offensive glass. Yep.
There you see it, that size advantage going to work. Maybe 3 offensive rebounds all in that same missed free throw.
So far, Sierra Canyon has an 8-6 advantage. They've really done a lot of their work down low. They're getting foul trouble already against Pembroke Pines. You know, we're into a good lock-in matchup here, 8-6. We're going to go right to break. We'll be right back with you. Don't go anywhere. Stay right here on NBC Sports.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Get more from your box score with Cerebro Sports, the official analytics partner of SUVtv. Start with stats with Cerebro Sports and make every game count. Visit CerebroSports.com for more information.
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it. You dunk it, doggy bone it, slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it. We upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans.
Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better. And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
And we're back to live action here at Iolani High School. 8-6 advantage Sierra Canyon as they head to the free throw line. They've done a lot of their work down low, and on the other end, Pembroke Pines, Kolby King has, he's got 2 threes. He's keeping them alive here. Dean, as a coach, what are you saying to your team in this situation?
I think both sides are really trying to impose their will, as we talked about earlier. The guards of Pembroke attacking, looking for their opportunities, and Sierra Canyon pounding the boards, finding Kevon right inside and trying to get on the transition. So I think both teams are really doing their best, and you see the score, just 4 points.
Absolutely. Kolby King bringing it up court for Pembroke Pines. He approaches the timeline, crosses it, gets into the front court. Dropped it off a little bit low. Pass there for the big man. He wasn't able to corral it, and it's going to be Sierra Canyon basketball.
Yeah, 6'6" Phillips into the game, matching up on Kolby King, putting a little bit more size on that tough guard.
That's one of the things Sierra Canyon has, is a lot of size. And across the front court, Dylan Matoyer kicks it to the wing for Bronny James. Bronny surveying, thought about the pull-up, decided against it. Miscue from JoJo Phillips down low, but you see they're still intentionally trying to find Kevon Wright.
You see Sierra Canyon using that diagonal screen to get Kevon Wright to the block, so that was the right idea, just the wrong pass.
Kolby King bringing into the front court here for Pembroke Pines. He's facing heavy ball pressure. They threw a blitz at him. 3-pointer on the way, off the mark. Rebound Ramel Lloyd, and he's pushing. Out into the open court, finished by JoJo Phillips.
Transition opportunity for Sierra Canyon, another easy basket on the inside.
They pick up full court pressure. Bring it into the front court. Jeff Sprouse kicks it over. Elijah Weiss, he's going to head to the free throw line. He's going to be rewarded with that aggressive attack downhill. Dean, what are we looking at here?
You're seeing transition. That's what Sierra Canyon likes to do. They're called the Trailblazers, and they're getting up the floor and getting finishes.
Defense to offense, huh?
Absolutely. You saw it earlier. Kolby King has been doing a lot of damage here for Pembroke, and Sierra Canyon sent that early double. Maybe not to have him turn it over, but to get it out of his hands and have someone else try and beat them.
Absolutely. And that's what you have to do. Sometimes there's certain players that you're just not going to stop, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to look at that as a bad thing, but you can get the ball out of their hands and force them to work a whole lot harder for the buckets that they get.
Yep, pride doesn't have to come into the equation here. If you know you're the best player, get it out of his hands, make someone else beat you.
12-7 Sierra Canyon. Into the front court. JoJo Phillips looked around, thought about it. Pembroke Pines has extended their defensive ball pressure. Bronny James with it up front. Attacking downhill. Wright sets a screen. Matoya doesn't use it. Phillips drops it off. Just the ball can't quite find the hands of a Sierra Canyon player as we see our first shot clock violation turnover of the game.
Great defensive possession there for Pembroke. Not easy to get a shot clock violation on Sierra Canyon, but a lot of fumbles, a lot of active hands creating those fumbles for Pembroke. And that's what they're going to have to do. Just keep scrapping.
Into the front court, Pembroke Pines. There's the man of the hour, Kolby King. Drive and kick, three-pointer on the way, and good from Jeff Sprouse.
Whether he creates the action for himself to score or creates the action for someone else, Kolby King is so important, and that's what they want. They want those inside-out kicks. Shooters just are squared up already, don't have to turn, easy look.
And Coach, I always talk about an elite-level ball player like Kolby King. Once he gets 2 feet in the paint, you're already in trouble. You have to stop that guard from penetrating and getting that deep in.
Yeah, he has so many options, and he's not locked into one. He's not just saying, I'm going to score, it's got to be my ball. He's okay finding his guys, and he trusts in his guys out there to knock down shots for him.
12 seconds remain, just over 30 seconds. Bronny James with the ball up top. Ball's deflected, so it's going to stay Sierra Canyon basketball. 32 seconds on the clock, 18 on the shot clock. So we'll see at least 2 possessions here.
You can see it on top, Kolby King. You can see the dog in him. He's not just a versatile guy. He's up there clapping. He's up there playing D.
Mike Price, who's recently into the game, has the ball. Pull-up jumper on the way, no good. Another offensive rebound. Ramel Lloyd has been a force on the glass. If that call is against Caleb Etheridge, that's his 3rd.
I think it is on Etheridge.
It is. Caleb Etheridge just picked up his 3rd foul, all here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just back into the game, still first quarter, 3 fouls.
And he's going to take a seat. Isaiah Williams checks in for him. Inbound to Wright. Oh my goodness, Wright again attacking the rim like he has a problem with it.
Weiss, undersized, plays an undersized 4 spot for that team, and that's too much size to be given up.
And that's the end of one, 14-10 Sierra Canyon, but nothing more emphatic than this dunk we're going to see here from Kajani Wright. Talk to us about it, Coach.
Yeah, great lob pass. I think it was a pass, but man, when you got a guy that can finish like that, you just got to put it anywhere.
My goodness. All right, we're headed into the second quarter here. Thank you for joining us on NBC Sports. I'm Justin Brantley alongside Coach Dean Shimamoto. And don't go anywhere. As you can see, the action is fully packed here inside of the Iolani Classic.
Alexa, play our favorite song again.
Okay.
Get more from your box score with Cerebro Sports, the official analytics partner of SUVtv. Visit CerebroSports.com for more information and check us out at all SUVtv events.
And we're back to live action here at the Iolani Classic. Coach, what's been the key to the game so far that you've seen in that first quarter?
It's the inside presence of Sierra Canyon. At this time, 5 offensive rebounds and 6 of their 14 points from inside the paint.
Yeah, you can't have that much paint presence there. Kevon Wright is living rent-free in the paint there offensively for the Trailblazers. Here you're seeing a zone look from the Trailblazers. Kolby King, they told him go ahead, take it. Slightly off the mark and into the front court. Here's Mike Price. Attacking downhill, no good. Good rebound corralled there by Rafael Laurent. Sierra King did a great job getting back and stopping balls, so they're going to pull it out. They're going to think about it. They're going to try and run an offensive set here. Thought about the 3. Good defense there. Bronny James locked in. 3-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound Ramel Lloyd.
Sierra Canyon came out in a bit of a zone to start that quarter, and then switch back into the man.
That's the reason why he's out there.
You have that presence inside Kevon Wright. They're going to suck in on him. They don't want it to touch him after that productive first quarter. And Rudowski, if he's lined up, he can knock those down.
17-10 advantage, Sierra Canyon. Into the front court, Kolby King brings it out. He thought about it. Rudowski showing his defensive lateral agility to stay in front of King right now.
More added length to guard Kolby King, really just trying to keep him out of his rhythm.
Deep 3 on the way, no good. Rebound corralled by Sierra Canyon. There's Wright again.
Kevon Wright rim running, pass over the top for that finish.
And we're going to have an early timeout here. We're going to get another look at that. Just the ability to run the floor at his size. 30-second timeout, so we're going to stay right here with him. But you see, they already know he's downhill. They know where he's at. They know that he's got an advantage. They're not too worried about getting him the ball in the perfect spot. They just know we got to give him the basketball.
Yeah, we got to find him, and the closer to the basket, the better. And especially in transition where you don't have that defense set, you put that ball up. Kevon Wright has great hands, ability to go get it.
Yep.
And once he does, and if he's that close, it's done deal.
Great hands, great build, long arms. So he's got a good catch radius. He's got great agility. You look at him, you see his balance is there. I'm really impressed by him. You know, doesn't surprise me. He's a product of the Compton Magic program. He's headed to USC. They come from a long line of elite, dominant big men with the Mobley brothers and many, many other guys prior to that. Etop has done an amazing job in developing that program, and Kevon Wright is that next guy for them.
Absolutely, and really, you know, at this point in his career and on this team, he understands where he's going to get his success, and that's being inside. He's not shooting threes. He's running up and down, rim running, getting finishes, and attacking the boards.
So that's the difference between a good and a great ball player. A great ball player understands where he can do his most work. A good ball player, he wants to showcase his game and show off everything that he can do. Good defensive rotation there from Sierra Canyon. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound Kevon Wright. Off and running. Across the timelines, Matoyer, his pockets picked by Kolby King. Kolby King into the front court, tries the dunk, no good. They're going to say it's out of bounds. You have to appreciate the confidence in Kolby King. He wanted to go head-to-head there with Tim Rudowski. Here you're going to get a look at it.
Yeah, he saw 6'7" bearing down on him, and he said, the first thing I'm going to do is punch it on him.
Yeah. Substitution coming into the game here for Sierra King, and shortly Evan Magikian is set to come in, and so is Bronny James. 19-10 advantage, Sierra King. If you're just now joining us, Sierra King's in the road blue, Pembroke Pines in the home whites. Floater on the way and good from Just Sprouse.
They're going to have to get more production out of people other than Kolby King, and you saw that there with Sprouse, a 6-year varsity veteran, played on the varsity from his 7th grade year. Very productive himself.
Yeah, you had to clear that up for the fans at home because they heard you say 6-year. They said, wait a minute, he got a COVID year like they get in college?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, from 7th grade, because they're a K through 12 school, they have the opportunity to go to the varsity from 7th grade.
Absolutely. And attacking downhill, they're going to call that foul on the floor. That's going to be on Kevon Wright. That's going to be his second.
Pembroke looking for opportunities in transition You saw Weiss there, saw an open court, which they haven't seen so much when Sierra Canyon's been able to drop back and get in that half-court defense. So looking for holes early, and that might be the key to breaking through this, I guess, man-to-man matchup zone that Sierra Canyon is playing.
Well, that's the thing that Coach Chevalier does. He's going to throw a bunch of different looks at you, both offensively and defensively. A lot of people talk about the talent that he has, but they don't touch enough on his ability to flat out coach the game of basketball. He understands matchups, he understands the advantages that he has, and he understands what the other team does well and how to take it away.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. The offensive talent that you see now on every team, you have to keep them out of rhythm.
Downhill, Mike Price, drive and kick, three-pointer on the way, no good. Kobe King's gonna head to the free throw line. Aggressiveness will work out for you. Sometimes when the shot's not falling, you have to get aggressive and attack downhill and get a trip to the free throw line. Here we're gonna get another look at that drive.
Yeah, you see him hit a different gear. He moves with such control but speed all at the same time. And once he hit that three-point line and he decided to turn toward the basket, he separated, got up with that offhand, and drew the foul.
Well, I think he decided what he was doing as soon as he touched the ball in the backcourt, but I think that was just confirmation when he hit that three-point line. He says, okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I am going to go. He's good on the first free throw, giving him his 7th point of the evening here.
It's amazing to have that kind of control and that kind of explosiveness all at the same time.
And I say evening, it's only 3:30 here, but if you're watching this back on the mainland, it's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, so we still have a little bit of light ahead of us. The biggest light we have ahead of us is this ball game. Shot on the way, no good. Kobe King grabs it. I like the fact that he doesn't have to force it himself.
Yeah, he has a bunch of guards that he can trust, even with Etheridge out with the 3 fouls, but Sprouse and Weiss, they can do a lot of things.
Sprouse with a deep 3, no good. Kobe King says, I'll give you one, no good. They're just not able to find the bottom of the basket. That one rattled around and bounced out there. It was a beautiful look. It was a good shot. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, as you said, these are the looks that they want. They're used to hitting these, so they feel comfortable. I don't think they're worried that they're missing them, but it's also nice to see them get out in transition and get to the rim.
They want to make sure that they've got everything correct here. You know what I'll say, being here, seeing the young kids on the baseline to clean up and mop up the sweat. We were just talking at several other events that you don't see that a whole lot. That goes to show how special this event is to the community.
Yeah, there's been the reason why you're seeing an empty gym in the semifinals with 2 great teams is there's just some COVID protocols, there's some safety issues. Keeping the spectators, for the most part, are actually not allowed. It's not by choice that they're not here. They're not in here because they're not allowed to be. So you'll see friends and family, some sponsors, some VIPs, but more sparsely populated than if it were a normal year. And in a normal year, this place is bouncing. The bleachers are rocking. It is an incredible atmosphere, and you see tons of these kids sitting here on the sidelines.
Yeah, well, adaptability is the name of the game, and great ones adjust. And the ability for this event to adjust and be able to still run and be able to bring it back after a year off is phenomenal. I'm blessed and excited to be here, excited to be alongside of you. And we have a 3-pointer on the way. That one was shot. Oh, they're gonna call rim interference.
Oh, that's a tough call. Looked like that shot might have gone down before Laurent got up and touched the rim.
Weiss shot that one from Waikiki.
That was a big hit. That was a big hit to that team. Looked like that 3 was good. Would have cut the lead to 2, but negated by rim interference.
Well, and that's discipline, right? Like, why, as a player, you can't make that mistake.
That's absolutely right.
And now if Sierra King is able to score, they make this, potentially a 6-point swing, 5 to 6-point swing. The whistles are blowing freely here.
Again, maybe a bit of frustration. You see the call, you think you get a three, you don't have it. A little over-aggressive on the foul.
It's Isaiah Williams with the foul there. Sierra Canyon bringing it to the front court. Dylan Matoyer on the left-hand side as he crosses the timeline, brings it over to the right, scans the floor, looks around, swings it. You notice who's been on the bench is Kijani Wright. In foul trouble, they're going to give him a little bit of a breather. And back on the floor is Caleb Etheridge. Attacking downhill, drive and kick, three-pointer on the way. Kolby King, good.
Exactly what Pembroke is looking for, the drive to paint, finding their best shooter, best scorer, Kolby King, out in the corner.
And Kolby King has 11 points so far. Here we're going to get another look at it. Coach, what do you say to your guys in a situation like that? When you've got a hot hand like Kolby King, who's always going to find open shots and knock them down, what do you do to control that?
Well, if you're on the defensive end, you got to locate Kolby King every time he comes down the floor. You got to have an idea of where 5 is, from the guys on the bench to the guys on the floor. You got to see and cover, at least get a hand up in his direction when he puts it up.
Big time second quarter so far from Pembroke Pines. They've battled back. They now trail Sierra Canyon by 2, 19-17. Just over 2 minutes remain here in the first half. This has been a great back and forth matchup. Kolby King has really put the team on his back, and then on the other end has been the internal presence of Kijani Wright. If you're Pembroke Pines, you have to feel pretty good about where you're at right now. What would you be telling your team as you're coaching them?
Stick to the game plan. You want Kolby King to do his thing. I mean, expect it out of him, but still, against a team like this, you really don't know. The production that you're getting, you want him to keep being him. You want guys to find each other, and then limit the opportunities inside for Sierra Canyon, whether that's in transition or that's off offensive rebounds. You got to keep them out of the paint.
And there you have 2 looks at Kolby King doing what he does. Creating separation, creating space with his speed, his shiftiness, and being able to stop on a dime and pull up and knock down those shots. I can see why, and we talked about it earlier. They're excited about him at St. John's, and he's going to be a guy that can fit right into that. It's going to be interesting to see him go from that Florida to New York City. We talked a little bit about the lights of the big city there in New York City, but he looks like he's got control of whatever situation he's ever in.
He'll be extremely comfortable. You can see that in him. We mentioned it earlier. That guy has some dog in him, and I'm sure he's great on the bright lights.
5-second call, inbounding. Turnover Sierra Canyon. It's going to go Pembroke Pines basketball, and they have an opportunity to take the lead here.
Yeah, nice shift up defensively. Went to a 2-2-1 full court press. Forced the 5-second violation. Didn't look like Sierra Canyon was quite ready for it.
We have Kijani Wright back on the floor. Three-pointer on the way. Air ball, no good. Elijah Weiss wanted that one back. He said, hey, you should have gave me the last one, so I'm going to step up and try and get my 3 back, and Sierra Canyon can live with that one. Dylan Matoyer bringing the ball into the front court, scanning the floor. He's going to take his time across the timeline. 19-17 lead. Down low attack. And I like the way that they're getting Ramel, Lloyd involved. They're taking their time. They're utilizing both bigs. And here we're going to get another look at that possession.
Yeah, Sierra Canyon finding a different matchup. Early on, going to Kijani Wright inside, but they have some size advantages at the other positions. And Lloyd was one of them, got him right to the block. They actually cleared Kijani Wright out on the backside so they could get an opening on the front side for Lloyd.
Lloyd's no good on the first. He is 3 of 5 currently from the free throw line. 6 points total. Comes up empty on that trip. And there's the man with the plan, Kolby King, with the ball in his hands, brings it across the timeline, being harassed by Dylan Matoyer. They get it out of his hands, over to Elijah Weiss. Jeff Sprouse kicks it around the corner.
Pembroke running a bit of clock in their triangle formation. In, out, spread, worked on the shot clock.
10 seconds remains on the shot clock. Kolby King, again, you notice where he got to. The 2 feet inside of the paint. You have to stop. You have to stop ball. You have to stop him from penetrating.
He knows exactly where he wants to get to. Takes that giant hop, tries to split through Kevon Wright, draws the foul.
And that was a big foul. That was Kevon Wright's third foul. It's going to, give him a seat. He's going to have a seat for a little bit of time, which levels the playing field here for Pembroke Pines.
Player like Kolby King, so heady, I'm sure was aware that Kevon Wright was in a bit of foul trouble and decided to attack him.
I like the discipline there from Kolby King. He thought about it, decided not to take it, kicks it back out. Jeff Sprouse has it. We're just over a minute remaining. 19 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Attacking downhill. Got caught in the air, turns it over. Sierra Canyon has numbers. Out and running, Bronny James downhill, drive and kick. Stolen from White. A little bit of a back and forth race right now. Ramel Lloyd into the front court. They're going to call him. Nope, they're going to call the foul on Isaiah Williams down low. That should be his third as well.
Despite Williams picking up his third foul, that was actually a really good foul. He reached down and got the foul down on the ground, not shooting. They're going to take it out and get the chance to play some defense here on the baseline.
Well, they're in the bonus, so he's going to still get his free throw opportunities, but still not a bad foul.
Right, make him earn it a little bit.
Yeah, he's 50% from the line right now, 3 for 6, so still not a bad foul. It's a really good foul. I agree with you 100% there. First free throw's no good.
Now it becomes a great foul.
Into the front court, Kolby King has the ball in his hands. That's the guy who you want to have the ball stripped away. 3-on-1. Ramel Lloyd says, "I'll do it myself." Drive and finish.
Yeah, Etheridge in a tough position there. He has his 3 fouls, couldn't really contest that, had to step back and give that one away.
21-17, 30 seconds remain. Jeff Sprouse brings it across the timeline. Again, a different defensive look there. Caught them off guard a little bit and created the near turnover.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, Coach Dre doing a great job with the shift-ups. You just don't want these teams to get in rhythm. You have to keep them out of their rhythm, as talented as they are from the perimeter.
Now they have a zone look. They're going to make sure that King doesn't get an open 3.
Kevon Wright out of the game. Again, you said defensive shifts in the 2-3 zone with Nanjinki and man in the middle.
Three-pointer on the way, no good. Bronny James with the rebound. He's fouled. He's going to head to the free throw line. Bronny James has been relatively quiet here today. He hasn't scored yet. This should get him into the scorebook.
Yeah, again, this will be a good one for him to get in rhythm. Not something you want by Pembroke. Weish committing the foul about 80 feet from the basket with 1.8 seconds left and putting him on the line.
Yep, rebound by Bronny James. Almost fell into him.
Yeah, I'm not sure Weish felt like he did anything there, but the referee did, and it's Bronny James at the line for 1-and-1.
First free throw's on the way. No good. And that's the end of the first half, 21-17. Sierra Canyon with a 4-point advantage, being led by Ramel Lloyd and Kevon Wright. Here you have Lloyd getting downhill, finishing at the basket. Caleb Etheridge couldn't contest. He already has 3 fouls. On the other end, Kolby King has been on fire throughout the game. Looking forward to seeing the second half of action. We'll be right back with you for the second half here on NBC Sports and Peacock. I'm Justin Brantley alongside Coach Dean Shimamoto. We're here at the 37th edition of the Iolani Classic.
When you don't feel like working and you still got to go to work, that's the grind. And that's what you have to do sometimes.
When you choose to put in the work and embrace the journey, success has no choice but to find you.
Buzz, come here. I want to see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. with the varsity.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, you made it.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Get more from your box score with Cerebro Sports, the official analytics partner of SUVtv. Start with stats with Cerebro Sports and make every game count. Visit CerebroSports.com for more information and check.
Oh, it was terrible. I was totally stranded.
No TP?
Nope. Empty roll.
So what happened?
Well, we started buying Charmin Super Mega Roll.
Whoa,
that's huge.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 rolls in one and lasts so much longer, you don't always have to worry about the roll running out.
I'm glad you were rescued, Dad.
Me too. It was a huge relief.
Enjoy the go with Charmin, guaranteed to fit or your money back.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
It's something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password? Buick Envision 2021. Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable. That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking. Me too. Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
And we're here at halftime, the 37th edition of the Iolani Classic. This is the semifinals. Pembroke Pines out of Florida versus Sierra Canyon out of California. Tight contest, 21-17 at the end of the half. Coach Dean, what are some things that have stood out to you so far in this first half?
Really, these teams have done their best to impose their wills. The things that we talked about early prior to this game, where the guard-heavy, guard-dominant Pembroke Pines team will be looking to attack using Kolby King, using Sprouse, using Weish, using Etheridge. Etheridge hasn't quite gotten on track because of foul trouble, but it has been Kolby King, guard, scoring, all different ways, asserting himself, getting some assists, swinging the ball. I mean, doing a little bit of everything for this Pembroke Pines team. And then on the opposing side, you get Sierra Canyon, and they're trying to get it inside. They're trying to get points in the paint with Kijani Wright. You see him right there. Inside, inside out, and getting opportunities within the paint to score, either off the offensive rebounds or post entries.
Absolutely. And one of the things that you touched on is what Kolby King's bringing to the table. And the thing that stands out to me is the fact that none of his shots are wide open shots. He's heavily contested, and he finds a way to still make things happen. He is a warrior. He's a battler. You talked about, you say he's got that dog in him. You can clearly see why St. John's is excited about bringing him to New York City.
With a guy who has a skill like that, what do you take away? I mean, he has the ability to shoot a three. He can give you a little shift and shake and go to the rim. And then if someone steps up, he drops it off or kicks it out. I mean, which one do you take away?
Yeah, I'm challenging my best defender to face guard him 94 feet and not allow him to get the basketball. He's going to have to work hard for everything he gets. It's one of those situations where, you know, you look at a great scorer like, and I never like to compare high school kids to pros, but you look at, you know, if you watch a game of you know, Steph Curry, or sometimes, you know, other elite scorers like that, you see how much movement and how much they have to run just to get open. That's what you have to do. You can't allow him to get comfortable. He can't walk down court in rhythm and step back, pull up three. You can't give him that. You have to force him to work very hard. He's going to wear down, hopefully. And if he doesn't, you know, hey, you know what? There's other room on that floor for other people to make those mistakes. Etheridge hasn't been able to get involved because of the foul trouble. So, you know, you force one of those other guys to step up. Sprouse hasn't. He's been 1 for 3 from 3. Allow him to keep having those outside shots. So I just, for me, I'm going to make somebody else beat me. I'm not going to allow Kolby King. And right now, there's nobody. I'm looking down the score list, and there's nobody else that's really showed up at all for them other than him. So that would be my response and my answer to him.
Yeah, we saw it once. We saw Sierra Canyon send that early double before half court, get the ball out of his hands. Again, keeping him out of rhythm, making him work a little bit more. I mean, he's so crafty. He gets it in transition, so it's easier said than done to try to keep the ball out of his hands. But as you said, make him work a little bit harder.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, you don't want, those jump shots may fall just a little bit short, or those finishes not quite as accurate. If you have him take that little extra step, little bit extra energy, and use it up by the end of this game.
Yep, and I'm going to give you my key to victory. I'm highlighting two names on my score chart here, and that's Bronny James and Mike Price. So you look at this game, you say, okay, we're only down 4, 21-17. We can feel good about that if we're Pembroke Pines. Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of a other side of that coin. No, you can't, because Bronny James has not scored. He has not shown up yet. So he wakes up in the second half. There's a chance for them to kind of open this game up. So between him and Mike Price, who both are prolific scorers and have the ability to score at a high level, that's going to be the key to the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to add to that. I think it's the supplemental guys on both sides. It'll be Bronny James, and then maybe a Sprouse or an Etheridge have to get it going to help Kolby King. And then on this side, like you said, Bronny James to help Kejani Wright on the inside. So it's going to be those guys that make a difference, especially if it's a tight one like this.
Absolutely. All right, well, we're going to be bringing you live action here in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for joining us here on the NBC Sports Network, Peacock. Justin Brantley alongside former head coach of Iolani High School, Coach Dean Shimamoto, and we're excited to bring you the second half of action. Coming right back at you.
Maureen is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon, so now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. Food is her love language, and she really loves her grandson. Like, really loves.
We're back live inside of Iolani High School, the place where Coach Dean brought 3 state championships to. I see all these banners all around the gym. Talk to me about the history of this event.
Well, it started in 1983. Then Coach Glenn Young, who was the originator and founder of the Iolani Classic, they had a very, very successful, super talented team here on the island. They had some size, they had great guard play, and they thought a lot of themselves. And Coach Young said, hey, you know what? Let's go play at a tournament on the mainland. So they took him to a tournament. They played against a team from Philadelphia and just got it. And he said, upon return, we need to expose not just our guys here at Iolani, but this state of Hawaii to better basketball. They need to see what's out there. And, by contrast, we also want the people that are out there, maybe someone like yourself who has yet to been to Hawaii.
Yep.
We want them to see what Hawaii is all about here, that it's not just what you have in your head. There's real basketball out here. There's real hoopers out here. So I think it's great on both ends. It raises the level of basketball here in Hawaii, but it also exposes Hawaii to people and players across the nation.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I think it's a phenomenally ran event. There's a lot of big names that have played here, and there's a lot of talent, both here on the mainland, coming from the mainland, but also here. It's great to have that level of exposure. And here we're back to live action. Dylan Matoyer, he's going to cross the timeline here, attacking downhill. If you're just now joining us, Sierra Canyons in the road blue out of California, Pembroke Pines Jaguars in the home white out of Florida. The defensive intensity is picked up right where we left off from this Pembroke Pines squad, and Bronny James has it. I want to see him get aggressive here against Kolby King. It's not really where they want Kejani Wright to have it. He's looking to get it up. Gives it up, nearly gets it back, but they get the steal. Pembroke Pines is out and running.
That's a great defensive possession for Pembroke Pines, just what they want. Kejani Wright far from the basket, and then a turnover.
Yep, and there's the man that you said is going to have to get going. Caleb Etheridge wasn't able to get the space that he wanted. Kolby King scanning the floor, attacking downhill, 2 feet in the paint. Kejani Wright nearly picked up his 4th foul.
Kolby King made that attack probably with the hope that someone would convert down and he could dump it off, but all he saw was Kijani right in front of him.
That's high basketball IQ. A lot of people talk about high basketball IQ when it comes to scoring, but understanding space and time and understanding the personnel that's on the floor and the situation that they're in. Great job by Kolby King. Caleb Etheridge thought about the deep three, gives it up, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. So 2 very good defensive stands here to start the second half.
Yeah, you can see the offense is being a little bit cautious, trying to work a few things on both sides, and I think they're a little bit too cautious. A turnover and a shot clock violation.
Downhill pull-up jumper on the way, and good from Ramel Lloyd.
Lloyd went right at Etheridge, knowing he does have those 3 fouls. Etheridge does not want to pick up that 4th early in this second half.
3-pointer on the way from Etheridge, no good. Wadowski's going to pick up the foul down low.
Pembroke Pines really doesn't have an inside presence, and you saw El Camino start the game. He's back in to start this second half and attack the offensive boards there. Not a lot of offensive boards for Pembroke Pines, especially not ones close to the basket. You usually see them shooting threes and running down long rebounds, but El Camino able to get one inside and draw a foul.
Yeah, luckily that one wasn't called on Kijani Wright because he was right there in the action as well. El Camino's going to be good for the first free throw. He's going to get rewarded with the second. Second free throw's on its way and good. With this 2-2-1 look from Pembroke Pines, they fall back into a man out of that. As Ramel Lloyd brings the ball into the front court. He scans the floor, screen set by Kijani Wright. He doesn't take it as of yet, but the screen's still there. Now he's going to use it. Wright's going to dive. Pull-up jumper from Lloyd. No good, but there's Wright on the offensive glass. Not able to corral it. Into the front court's Kolby King. Slightly out of control. Rebound to Kijani Wright. Kolby King picks up the foul. It's only his first, but still, tough place to pick up a foul there.
Yeah, Bronny James getting the outlet pass and looking to push transition. Kolby King got caught half going back, half trying to step up and defend.
Well, they've definitely pressured Bronny James. They made the decision early in this game that they weren't going to allow him to get going. Beautiful finish from Ramel Lloyd.
Lloyd has really been that guy here in the second half. You've seen him be assertive. I know you mentioned Bronny James being somebody, but maybe Coach Dre wanted Lloyd to be the assertive one here. They pulled Kijani Wright away from the paint and let Lloyd attack the paint.
3-pointer on the way. No good from Jeff Sprouse. He's been aggressive with that 3 ball and just hasn't found a way to make him fall. Into the front court, Dylan Matoyer surveys the floor, slows it down. He understands he has a 6-point lead. Finds Bronny James wide open for 3 on the way. No good. Going back the other way, Kolby King. Return fire, no good. Bronny James with the near block. He thought he had it, but they're going to call the foul.
Not sure if you noticed that, but in transition, they had Montoyer shadowing Kolby King. Yep. It was really just a 2-on-2, but wherever Kolby King was, Montoyer followed him across the floor and stayed with him. As we said at halftime, that's going to be one of the keys, not letting their best guy beat you.
Absolutely. Montoyer has stepped up to that defensive assignment, and he slowed down the assault. Pull-up jumper on the way from White, no good. Rebound to Evan Manjikian. And Sierra King is out and running. Ramel Lloyd kicks it to the wing. Matoyer for 3, no good. Jeff Sprouse up to Kolby King, layup, good.
Pembroke Pines' last few possessions were tough, one-on-one contested jumpers, so they like to see that out in transition, getting an easy one at the rim.
Oh, they're going to call Bronny James with the push-off.
That was a basketball defensive IQ thing for King. Knew right where he wanted to go, got into his shoulder. You can see it here.
Yep.
Jumped over, got right in front, and drew that charge.
He definitely pushed. King sold it a little bit, but he definitely pushed. You see the hand touch the back. Bronny James going to have a seat. Kolby King spin move. Oh, beautiful pass. Defender wasn't ready for it, not able to convert. Aggressive play defensively, they're going to call jump ball. You got to love to see bodies hitting the floor for 50-50 balls.
When the ball's above the rim, the advantage goes to the bigger team. When the ball hits the ground, it's those quick guards that should be the ones that have the advantage, and they get to the floor quick.
Absolutely. 25-21, Sierra Canyon with the slight advantage. Still anybody's ball game. Down low, Caleb Etheridge gets the defender in the air and finishes, and he's going to head to the free throw line for the and one.
Etheridge has spent most of his time on the bench with fouls. Good to see him assert himself. He's trying to find that rhythm, catch it on the post, pump fake, got into the body, and gets it to roll in off the glass. Told him about it too.
Yep. You could tell that one felt good to Caleb. He hasn't gotten it going as of yet, so that was good for him to feel it, and he let his emotions maybe get the best of him. We're going to see what the refs call here.
Yeah, got out a lot of frustration with that play, with that move. You knew as soon as he caught it, he was going into something, trying to initiate some action.
So we're going to see how that impacts the rest of this game. Caleb Etheridge, if he isn't careful, he might have woken up a sleeping giant on the Sierra Canyon sideline. You know, they've been playing with a lot of pace, and they've been, you know, under control. And here you might have made him mad. Sometimes you don't want to poke the bear.
You're right, you're right. This team is a beast. They got some beasts of athletes out there, and in firing him up, I'm sure he fired them up too.
They're discussing what the call is going to be. So we have a double technical. Elijah Weiss picked up a technical, and then Ramel Lloyd picked up a technical. Wadowski picked up the foul on the actual possession. Double technicals assessed. Free throw's good. Luckily, that Etheridge didn't pick up a technical there, because that could have been his fourth foul.
Yeah, at the high school level, that counts as an additional personal foul.
And that defensive intensity creates and causes a turnover. We have a 5-0 run right now by Pembroke Pines. Kolby King brings it across timeline into the front court, attacking into the lane. Took an extra step, wasn't called, finishes in traffic, and that's the first lead that Pembroke Pines has had here today, 26-25.
Yeah, it could have been an extra step, could have been a foul as well, but able to get it to go.
Floater, Mike Price, no good, gets his own rebound. Kolby King with it out in transition. Etheridge with the finish at the rim.
Look at Etheridge get it going. He's filled with that emotion. He got that last N1 and came right back with the Euro step finish.
Now let's see if Sierra Canyon can convert. Ramel Lloyd, pull-up jumper, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, Mike Price. Radovsky wide open for 3, no good. Big rebound from Jeff Sprouse. And they're out and running. He kicks it ahead. There's Etheridge. Ooh, got away with one. And he's going to be fouled by Radovsky. He's going to head to the free throw line. That's Radovsky's 3rd.
Etheridge being assertive. You saw him nearly get the travel on the pull-up. Wanted that 3, but attacked the basket, drew the foul. got into the body of Rudowski and just threw it up.
They're looking at the ref like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, big difference out here. You notice, as you said, Bronny James on the bench, Kijani Wright on the bench, now both coming in.
We have a 4-point advantage. Sorry, a 3-point advantage right now for Pembroke Pines. And we're going to take a timeout here. It's been an amazing back and forth matchup. Pembroke Pines has pulled ahead. We're headed into the final 2.5 minutes here of this third quarter. Don't go anywhere. I'm Justin Brantley alongside Coach Dean Shimamoto. This is the 37th running of the Iolani Classic. We'll be right back.
Cleopatra was the most powerful woman in Egypt. But no one likes a diva, hun. Watching Prime Video, she realized rulers could give back. So she ordered some gifts with Prime. After that, it was more of a one team, one dream kind of vibe. Couldn't give up all the gold, though. Prime changed everything.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable. That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
And we're back to live action, 29-25, Pembroke Pines with the lead. Caleb Etheridge has came alive here in this second half, as has Kolby King. Coach, what are you seeing differently from this Pembroke Pines team here in the second half?
Well, a lot of it has been Etheridge. I mean, as we said, he's been on the bench with fouls, and he has that ability to do things that you see him doing right now. And he is that fourth piece to that four-guard quartet that has been so effective all tournament long.
Bronny James attacking downhill, gets the ball to right, jump hook from right, good.
There's some of that assertiveness by Bronny James, getting 2 feet in the paint and dropping it off to Kijani Wright inside for an easy 2.
Kolby King gets in the lane. Great attack, trying to get right into more foul trouble. Elijah Weiss follows, and there you have a steal on the back end by Kolby King.
Yeah, Rudowski's been on the top of that, I guess, press break, and he's had 2 turnovers over there. So you may want to switch out, or Coach Dre may want to think about switching someone out with making better decisions from the top.
Three-pointer on the way, and good. Jeff Sprouse has struggled to knock that shot down. He said, not this time. Pembroke Pines is clicking on all cylinders. Here's Bronny James into the front court. He thought about a 3, drive and kick, gets it to Price. Price is fouled on the outside. That's going to be Etheridge's 4th foul. That hurts right there for Pembroke Pines.
Yeah, he really started getting it going. He started getting in the rhythm, and again, right back to the bench with his 4th foul. There you see Weiss there finishing on the inside. Got that dump off from Kolby King.
Going to be Pembroke Pines basketball with a 7-point advantage, just over 1:30 remaining here in this third period. Kolby King attacking downhill, pulls it out, thought about it, there's plenty of time. 25 on the shot clock. They run dribble handoff. They're not in a rush. Kolby King pulls it up, 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound Rudowski. Out and running. Mike Price Jr. is going to head to the free throw line.
Bronny James did a really good job there of looking up the floor, throwing the full court path to Mike Price. Pembroke hadn't gotten all the way back and gave Mike Price an easy opportunity for 2 points from the free throw line.
First one's good.
JB, two of the guys you noted at halftime for Sierra Canyon to come out with this win, having to make an impact, and they connected right there on the long pass.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little bit more aggressive, which, you know, Bronny's been playing a little bit laid back here today. I want to see him be more aggressive and attack downhill. Kolby King. Bronny with the steal. He's going to finish at the rim. That's going to be a clear path. Intentional foul there on Jeff Sprouse. He said, no highlights on my watch.
Yeah, Bronny James jumping that passing lane, and Sprouse grabbing him with two hands, not going for the ball. Easy call for the referee. 2 shots in the ball.
James plays that passing lane so well. It was like he was shot out of a cannon when that pass left the hand, and he was out into the front court, and he's going to head to the free throw line here.
Yeah, he was sitting there just hiding and waiting for that pass to come out.
First one's off the mark. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Second one's good. It's his first point of the night. 34-30, Pembroke Pines has the advantage. Ball's in Bronny James' hands here on the right-hand side of the court. He moves to the left, surveying the floor. Crossover dribble handoff. Mike Price, ball nearly tapped away. They're going to blitz him. He's able to make it through the trap. Mike Price pull-up jumper on the way, no good. Kajani Wright couldn't really attack that offensive rebound like he wanted to. Steal, and they're going to head to the free throw line.
Kolby King lost the shoe there, sitting in the middle of the court, in the middle of the play. But that was action on both ends, defensively, offensively, attacking, getting after balls.
Well, and that's just the impact of Kolby King. He's all over the floor, every single possession. Ramel Lloyd said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go after this one. That's just been a heart, and that's what we're seeing in this battle. Both teams are, it's like watching, you know, those welterweights battle it out in a 12-round bout.
They keep swinging, keep fighting, keep working for every bit of advantage that they can get. And you see them hitting the floor. You see them doubling when they get the chance, working through, finding, getting to the free throw line. Doesn't matter if they have a shoe or if they don't.
And Ramel Lloyd struggled from the free throw line early in the first half, knocks down the pair there, brings them within 2, and then they force the turnover from Kolby King. We have not seen that much from Kolby. He's protected the ball pretty well for Pembroke Pines up to this point.
Yeah, that was a switch into a full court press. Kajani Wright went on the ball. Big trap in the corner. Kolby King caught him off guard, threw it out of bounds.
Inbound to Bronny James. Zone look here from Pembroke Pines. Bronny James directing traffic. He tries to get it down to Kajani Wright. Unable to. Gets a shot off at the end of the quarter. No good. 34-32. Pembroke Pines with the 2-point advantage after 3. Coach, what have you seen different there in that third quarter?
You saw a few other guys for Pembroke have an impact. Right there, you see Strauss. You saw Weish get one on the inside. Etheridge go on his short run with an and one and knocking down some shots for himself and getting out in transition. So it really is going to be those other guys. I think it's going to be, as you mentioned, maybe a Bronny James, maybe a Mike Price, or a Strauss or a Weish or an Etheridge for Pembroke, because Sierra Canyon is not going to let Kolby King do it. I mean, Kolby King's going to have something to say about that, but Sierra Canyon defensively is going to try to keep Kolby King at bay.
Yep, and Kolby King leads all scorers with 14 points. Ramel Lloyd has with 15 points from Kolby King. Ramel Lloyd has 14 for Sierra Canyon.
Yeah, you saw Ramel Lloyd really pick it up in the beginning of this second half. Assertive, looking for jumpers, getting to the rim. And I believe Pembroke is going to not let Kevon Wright do that to them as well. Keep it out of the paint.
Yeah, I mean, that front court attack, that duo of Kevon Wright and Ramel Lloyd has been successful. That's led the way. Kevon Wright, even with foul trouble, has had 8 points so far. I think that's, you talked about it earlier, sticking with the game plan. Sierra Canyon has to go back to the game plan. They have to intentionally feed the post.
Yeah, this has been a defensive battle thus far, 34-32. Teams not shooting high percentages here. So how do you combat that? Get closer to the basket with your biggest guy.
Mike Price driving downhill, up and good. Back the other way, Kolby King for three, no good. So one of the things, Pembroke Pines, they have to control these possessions. Here we have Mike Price attacking downhill, what he does so well. But Pembroke Pines shooting that so early in the shot clock, giving the ball back to Sierra Canyon.
Yeah, not a really great look for Kolby King. Obviously something that he can hit, a shot that he can make, but you would have liked to see him work the ball around a little bit longer.
Basketball is a game of runs, and we saw earlier a 15-2 run from Pembroke Pines, and it was returned with a 9-0 run from Sierra Canyon. So, part of winning basketball games is understanding, number one, how to stop a run, and then how to go on a run of your own. Coach, what are you telling your guys in the midst of one of those runs, being on the defensive end of it?
Just to focus on what the game plan is. Keep it simple. You can't get them all back all at once. You just got to keep working on defense, get a stop and a score, and that's how runs happen.
We have 7 minutes and 18 seconds here in regulation. They're picking up Kolby King full court. They're going to try and get the ball in his hands. No such luck. Into the front court. Stops. Thought about it. Gives it up.
Montoya did a really nice job there. Picked him up full and still didn't get beat.
Up and under. No good. Big rebound from Ramel Lloyd.
Great. Yeah, great patience there by Weish. Got the defender up, stepped right through, calmly put it up softly, but bounced off the rim.
And Elijah Weish picks up the foul, which is going to send Ramel Lloyd back to the free throw line. Ramel Lloyd for an opportunity to break this tie here. Off the mark.
There you see Montoya picking up in full court, denying Kolby King 94 feet from the basket.
And there's Bronny again in the front court with a nifty move. Near finish at the rim, unable to get it to fall. We're coming back the other way. 3-on-1. Kolby King with the finish.
Really a 4-point swing there. Bronny James went up hard, might have got clipped on the bottom half, leading to miss that one just short, and Pembroke Pines turned it right around Kolby King for the finish.
And Kolby King's gonna pick up the foul there. It's gonna send Mike Price to the free throw line.
Still early here in the fourth quarter, and both teams in the bonus, and you know how aggressively this game has been played on the defensive end, so we're expecting a lot of free throws here in this quarter.
Again, the effort from the towel guys getting on the floor. It's been impressive.
Yeah, this game has kept them busy.
First free throw is good from Price. He's going to get rewarded with a second opportunity. This one with the chance to tie the ball game. Just over 6 minutes remain. And it's good. You see that Montoya has picked up the role of face guarding Kolby King and trying to keep the ball out of his hands. He's doing a great job of it too. Into the front court, Elijah Weish kicks it over to Ralph Laurent, top of Keith Sprouse. Near turnover. They're going to call the foul on Matoya down low.
Wow, beautiful play by Weish. Saw an opening, went hard to the baseline and was able to avoid the charge. You saw Matoya there. Looked like he was in great position. And Weish slid past him, able to get the finish and the foul.
Great move.
How long before we see Etheridge coming back in with his 4 fouls?
With the intensity that he plays with, it's hard. You know, you can't really put him back in too early because I can see him picking up that 5th one pretty quickly. That's one of the things as he translates to the next level, just understanding, you know, when to throttle that down a little bit. Sometimes what makes you great can hurt you as well, and that's kind of what we see from him a little bit. Coach knows that. He's going to keep him on the bench a little bit longer.
Yeah, important to know your players and know how they respond and react to things. And they would love to have Etheridge down the stretch of this tight game.
Price attacking downhill, floater, and good. Mike Price is getting scoring going.
Yeah, that's 6 points this quarter from Mike Price.
Into the front court, Pembroke Pines has it. They're moving the ball around the perimeter. That's Ralph Laurent. Gives it up to Jeff Sprouse. Jeff Sprouse, he wants to get the ball into the hands of Kolby King, but Kolby's being harassed. You have Dylan Matoya out there tapping his pockets, making sure you know, whatever he has on him, he's taking. There's King attacking downhill, off the glass, no good. And they're going to call that foul on Ramel Lloyd.
Weiss giving up so much size, yet he makes up for that with his athleticism and his hunger.
We get a timeout call from Sierra Canyon. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here with them. 39-38. Coach, what are you thinking right now? If you're on the side, let's start with Pembroke Pines. What's your conversation to your guys look like?
You want to stay sound defensively. You see that Mike Price has gotten it going a little bit, so he's not the guy that you can just leave around. Maybe you don't think about him as being a part of your defensive game plan coming into the game. You're thinking about a Bronny James or a Kijani Wright or maybe even a Lloyd, but now Mike Price has it going, so you have to be more aware of where he is and his ability to get to the rack. Offensively, again, you want Kolby King to get some touches, you know, and maybe guys are going to have to set screens for him or be more aware of where he is. And those looks might come in transition. So if you're looking to push, finding Kolby King in transition, because it's hard to pick up and face guard when you're still in scramble mode on defense.
Yep. And right on the heels of that, we have a full timeout. We're going to take it with them. We'll be right back here with you for the remaining 5 minutes here of this fourth period.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
You see, Head & Shoulders has scalp shield technology, protects against flakes even between washes. It's never not working.
Kind of like us. We're never not working. Number 15?
That's my rub.
Ooh, nice.
Never not working.
Never, ever, never, ever not working.
Welcome, everybody, to Juneau, Alaska.
I don't like this one.
Me neither.
Let's get out of here.
Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders scalp shield technology.
And we're back to live action here inside of the Iolani Classic. This is the semifinals. Pembroke Pines holds a 1-point advantage right now over Sierra Canyon 39-38. Headed to the free throw line here, shooting 2 is Elijah White. First one off the mark.
Free throws are going to play a big role in this game down the stretch. Sierra Canyon struggled in the first half, shooting 3 for 7 from the free throw line, but 7 of 10 in the second half. And sometimes it's a matter of the right guys shooting free throws.
Absolutely. Bronny James brings it into the front court. Dribble drive handoff to Latoya. Latoya gives up to Mike Price, who's been the hot hand. Attacking downhill, floater, no good. Gets his own rebound. Up, no good.
Nice attack by Mike Price. That's the same type of shot he's gotten earlier and one he wanted back, I'm sure.
Yeah, even not getting that, I'm still, you know, I like the shot selection. I like the effort, and I like what he tried to do there. Turnover on the other end for Pembroke Pines. Kolby King wasn't able to hold on to it. He's being absolutely harassed, mugged, tripped, beat. He's going to head home. He's going to see bruises, cuts, scrapes. They're doing everything they can to stop him. Latoya drives the lane, kicks it out, headed downhill. Lloyd up, no good, but he's going to head to the free throw line. That foul's going to be on Elijah Weish. Yep, that's the fourth on Weish. That's where that technical comes back to hurt you. First free throw is good.
Yeah, Weish is such an important piece for this Pembroke Pines team, not just defensively. He serves as that maybe small big, I don't know what to call it, the four-man that has not quite a four-man size but has to play big. He grabs rebounds, he plays great defense.
Oh, and they're going to call that one on Kajani Wright. That's his fourth as well. And yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. It's not necessarily being a big, but playing the role that your team needs you to play. A lot of times I talk to guys about high school versus college basketball. High school is need-based or college is want-based. In high school, coaches are going to play you where they need you at. In high school, they'll play you where they want you at. And you have to be adaptable and have the ability to fit in wherever coach needs you.
Yeah, versatility is so important at the high school level. You see guys that maybe translate to bigs later on in their careers, but sometimes have to bring the ball up. We've had Kevon Looney come to the Iolani Classic. You see him with the Warriors as almost just a defensive big, but while he was here, he was Kevin Durant-like. He would be bringing the ball up at his size.
41-39 advantage after those 2 free throws from Sammy Elkamel. Sierra Canyon bringing the ball into the front court. Ramel Lloyd playing a little bit of a guard role at this point. He's scanning the floor, looking around. They've got the 5-second count. Attacking downhill, up and in, and the foul on Sprouse. That was a big-time bucket there from Lloyd.
Stayed in control, really just used his body to get able to turn that corner on Sprouse, rise up, get to the spot he wanted to, and finish with the foul.
First free throw's on the way and good. And that gives Sierra Canyon the lead here, just over 3.5 remaining. The ball's in the hands of who other than Kolby King as he approaches the timeline and crosses. Scans the floor. Dylan Latoya still picking up that defensive assignment. Nice cut. Block there from Ramel Lloyd. Ramel Lloyd has been everything for the Sierra Canyon squad here.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing it on both ends of the floor. Assertive offensively and solid defensively.
And we have a full timeout from Coach Dre. Sierra Canyon wants to talk about it. They have got the advantage and the basketball. We're going to take that timeout with them. We'll be right back with you.
That spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on? Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable. That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too. Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you.
Get more from your box score with Cerebro Sports, the official analytics partner of SUVtv. Start with stats with Cerebro Sports and make every game count. Visit cerebrosports.com for more information and check us out at all SUV.
And we're back to live action inside of the 37th annual Iolani Classic. Here in the semifinals, Sierra Canyon has a 42-41 advantage. This game has been back and forth, tooth and nail battle. Headed downhill, Mike Price doing what he does best, attacking the basket, and good.
It has been Mike Price and Ramel Lloyd carrying the Sierra Canyon team.
Kolby King coming right back at it. They're going to call that foul on Dylan Victoria. It's going to send St. John's commit Kolby King to the line for, believe it or not, his first free throws. He has 17 points on the evening so far.
Fairly quiet here this second half. I mean, he impacts the game in so many ways, but we've seen other guys be assertive offensively and, you know, give credit to Montoya. He's been shadowing him, he's been staying in front, face guarding, limiting his touches and limiting his effectiveness out there defensively and offensively.
Yeah, but we just saw Caleb Etheridge check back into the game. We have Kolby King, he has 17. He's been the heartbeat of this team. Elijah Weiss has also stepped up big. On the other end, Ramel Lloyd leads all scorers with 18, and Mike Price has came alive in the second half. Looking back on the keys that we set for the second half and seeing what's happened and what's come into fruition here in the second half, what are your takeaways and your thoughts so far for this first quarter and a half?
Well, it has been those supplemental guys. It's been guys on the Sierra Canyon side. The Mike Prices, I believe he has 8 points just in the fourth quarter. And then you have Ramel Lloyd being assertive himself, getting to the rim. You know, really using Kijani Wright as more of a decoy. He's out on the perimeter setting screens. And not being that, just, you know, early in the game, they started throwing it into him.
Yep.
Put him on the block, throw it inside, throw those lobs, put the ball off the glass, let him go get it on the offensive boards. But really, it's been this point where Mike Price has gotten to the rim, Ramel Lloyd has attacked, and that's where their points have come from, you know, especially in the second half.
Absolutely, and you know, you have that heartbeat, that Caleb Etheridge coming back into the game here, you know, in this fourth quarter after experiencing foul trouble early. So I think that, you know, he's going to ignite that defense and bring some things into the fold here for this Pembroke Pines squad. I think we're in for a treat with this final 2 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. You don't want to go anywhere. If you need some popcorn, if you're thirsty, you can wait till after the game, catch it during the intermission. You do not want to go anywhere. You want to catch this finish here.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I want to see how Etheridge, you know, really gets into rhythm quickly. I mean, he did that earlier in this half, and he's going to have to do this with 2:49 left and making up this small deficit of 3 points.
Headed to the free throw line for the second free throw is Kolby King. He missed his first free throw of the night in that previous shot before the timeout. See if he can convert, and he does. Makes it a 2-point basketball game. They show a pressure look, but they pretty much fall back into their defense. Now they're in a zone look. They said, hey, you haven't been shooting the ball exceptionally well, so we're going to take away the driving lanes. Mike Price almost lost it. Slipped out of his hands. He was trying to find Kijani Wright down low. Wasn't able to do it. Now Wright has position. Three-pointer on the way. Ramel Lloyd, deep three. Oh, my goodness. Exactly what Sierra Canyon needed right when they needed it.
Not the best possession for them offensively, but when you have Ramel Lloyd playing like the way he is, it still works.
Kolby King coming right back. Return fire. Kolby King, he's right there, but Ramel Lloyd's feeling it. 21 points. Near turnover. Kolby King almost picks up the foul there. 16 seconds remain in the shot clock. We have a timeout from Coach Dre. He wants to talk about it. They're going to be have a 30-second timeout, so we're not going to go anywhere. Here we're going to get a look at that possession. Talk us through it.
Swung the ball. He was deep. I don't think it was something that Pembroke expected. Maybe a shot that they were okay with. I know he's been getting it going, but that's not what he's been known for. He's been going to the basket, and this is from about, what, 27?
Yeah, volleyball line. Shot clock was wearing down, and sometimes in those situations where you have no choice but to shoot it, you get the best shot out of it because you're not as pressured. Oh man, I might miss this. You got to get the shot up. It has to leave your hands. So.
Right. Yeah. Really, nothing to lose there.
Yep.
You just want to put it up. Here's my chance, coach. I told you I can shoot it.
47-44, three-point lead, one possession ball game. 1:38 remains. Kolby King did a great job of getting downhill immediately and returning fire and getting a bucket on that possession. As soon as that three went up from Ramel, Lloyd, he was talking, didn't realize, okay, yeah, King's going to come right back and give you two the hard way. Right there, mid-range pull-up. And now we're back to live action. Bronny James has it in the front court, brings it across the timeline. Could have got called for an over and back there, but they did. Attacking downhill, Mike Price, floater, no good. Rebound as he's falling out of bounds is Jeff Sprouse. He gets it over to Kolby King. Kolby King's going to attack. They blitz him defensively. Oh.
Timeout.
And they're going to call the timeout. And they said that was 10 seconds. There's no way he should have got that timeout off. 24 seconds remains on the shot clock. So 11 seconds evaporated prior to that timeout call. It's all right. They talk about it. They're still going to stick with the 30-second timeout. And they're going to reset the shot clock to 26.
I believe they got the timeout in before the 10-second call. They just let the shot clock run down a little bit in the reaction time difference. So by the time the shot clock got stopped, it was at 24, but when the call was made, it was at 26. So referees are resetting, getting the 30-second timeout for Pembroke. Well, you saw it there on that last possession. Whether it was a zone trap or a zone half court or purposely trying to get the ball out of the hands of Kolby King, they sent 2 or 3 guys at Kolby King saying, you just did it to us on that last possession. Please give it up.
Somebody else is going to have to beat me. And if I'm Pembroke Pines, Kolby King, you got to go get the ball.
Yep.
And there he has it. Attacking downhill. Spins. Floater, good.
So much space up top for Kolby King to work. I don't know how you stop that. Surprised Sierra Canyon did not send the double again.
That's one of those situations you can't stop it. You can only hope to contain it, but right back is Mike Price with the finish at the rim.
He is decisive. He knows he's going to the rack. There's no decision on it. He's going right there looking to finish.
49-46, near turnover, 38 seconds remain. And to just have parents and sponsors in this gym, it is extremely loud. I can only imagine what this thing sounds like during the normal Iolani Classic.
Yeah, in a regular time, in a non-COVID, non-pandemic, the roof feels like it's about to come off in here.
Full timeout, we're gonna take it with them. I'm Justin Brantley alongside Coach Dean Shimamoto, and we've had a great time here so far. Just over 30 seconds remaining. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the final.
Cleopatra was the most powerful woman in Egypt. But no one likes a diva, hun. Watching Prime Video, she realized rulers could give back. So she ordered some gifts with Prime. after that, it was more of a one team, one dream kind of vibe. Couldn't give up all the gold, though. Prime changed everything.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never, ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
And we're back to live action. Still anybody's ball game. 49-46 Sierra Canyon lead. Three-pointers on the way and off the mark. Lloyd nearly had the rebound. He was fighting for it with his own teammate.
Yeah, interesting. Pembroke decided to go away from King. Went to Strauss in the corner. Pretty good look. Nearly got to go down.
And that time Etheridge threw it just outside of the hands of Sprouse. They intentionally were trying to get the ball to Sprouse, who, yeah, he's knocked down 2 threes, but he's been 2 for 5. I want the ball in my best player's hands in that moment.
Yeah, no doubt. You want it in King's hand. Maybe you use King to set the screen because you know there won't be help, there won't be a switch.
Correct.
To try and get another guy open, but if not, yeah, you do want it in King's hands.
Just over 30 seconds remains. Shot clock's turned off. Sierra Canyon's going to inbound the basketball. They get it into the man of the hour, Ramel Lloyd's hands. He's going to head to the free throw line shooting 2. That's probably who I would want to foul in this situation, though. He's been up and down from the free throw line. He's had his struggles.
Yeah, as great as he's been in the second half, you're right. The struggles from the free throw line are a bit of a concern going into this final stretch of the game.
7 for 13, make it 7 for 14. Still a 1-possession game. He needs this free throw to make it a 2-possession basketball game.
He's really going to have to find his way up here because they'll be looking to foul him again.
On the way, no good. Still 1-possession ball game, and the ball is in the hands of the man, Kolby King. He's been on fire all night long. Let's see what he can make happen. Crossover pull-up 3 on the way. Short. There's Etheridge right there for the putback. And just like that, 49-48, Kolby King attacking downhill. Crossover pull-up 3. Wasn't able to get it to fall, but there's Etheridge. This is all energy. We talked about that. We talked about what he brings to the table, what he brings to this team. Man, this game is giving you all the excitement that you could have asked for in this semifinals matchup.
I think every bit of what we expected. We saw Kolby King be a star. We saw Kijani Wright early. Maybe what we didn't expect was Ramel Lloyd to play the game that he did, really from all over the court, scoring and rebounding and stealing, doing so many things, and that has been the difference.
Yeah, and if you would have told me that Bronny James would only have 1 point nearing the final of this semifinals game, I would have told you, what game have you been watching? Bronny contributes all the time offensively. So that's another thing that we weren't quite expecting.
Yeah, really, Bronny James has been out on the court and more, he's been doing all right defensively, just nothing spectacular. Really has been Mike Price. Mike Price this quarter, this half, and Ramel Lloyd. They've carried the Sierra Canyon Trailblazers. Not the big names, but the guys that are helping them win.
And here we have the final. They're going to have to get a quick foul on Lloyd, and they're going to throw it deep to Lloyd, who's going to finish at the rim. Big-time dunk to put the exclamation point on this ball game. Here comes King, attacking downhill. Three-pointer on the way, off the mark. Rebound, who else but Lloyd? Wow. Emphatic rebound there from Lloyd.
Emphatic dunk. on the long pass off the out of bounds. Caught it, might have got clipped a bit, but still just got enough to squeak that in.
Both teams excited. That's the atmosphere here at the Iolani Classic. 51-48, the final from Sierra Canyon. And we'll be right back with you to give you some of our leaders of the game.
And tonight's winning numbers are 18, 55, 39, 71, and 43.
43?
Those numbers again.
We won! Yes!
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
I'll hold on to that.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Get more from your box score with Cerebro Sports, the official analytics partner of SUVtv. Start with stats with Cerebro Sports and make every game count. Visit CerebroSports.com for more information.
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it. You dunk it, doggy bone it, slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it. We upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans.
Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better. And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
Were treated to an amazing semifinal matchup between Pembroke Pines and Sierra Canyon. Sierra Canyon got the victory. Our player of the game is Ramel Lloyd. Talk to us about him, Coach, and what you saw from him there tonight.
It was his assertiveness on offense down the stretch. You saw him as soon as the half started, being the guy that wanted to attack the rack. He was looking for himself to score. But you know what? He also did it in other ways. He got rebounds, he got steals, he played great defense. He was a leader for them on both ends of the floor.
And there you see that emphatic slam at the end there, the energy, the explosiveness from him, even the long, deep three.
Yeah, when you got it going, you can get it, you get it in all kinds of ways, and maybe not known as a three-point shooter, but like I said, when you got it going, you're hitting it from everywhere.
Absolutely. So you've already seen one game of the semifinals. Pembroke Pines in a nail-biter to falls to Sierra Canyon. Don't go anywhere because we have game 2 coming right back at you. And this one, I'm expecting to see something hopefully similar, right?
Yeah, we'd love to see these teams go back and forth. And I think it's going to be a totally different game, really more physical type teams that'll bang on each other and use their size and a bit of their physicality to gain the edge, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Absolutely. All right, I'm Justin Brantley alongside my broadcast partner, Coach Dean Shimamoto. We'll be right back at you for the second game of the semifinals. Don't go anywhere.